The question is, honest question, but why do competitive, highly intelligent, and competent people join the military versus private sector? It can't all be for patriotism, and it's not competitive salary-wise, so why? So first of all, I will argue with you that it is competitive salary-wise, depending on what you do, especially considering all the free training, right? So with a college degree, I went in as an intelligence officer, as any officer, right? At the age of 22 years old, I was making $45,000 to $50,000, which was the median income in the country at the time, and was definitely what a lot of starting salaries were for my colleagues who were graduating and going into the civilian world. And then you very, very quickly increase, especially in the officer ranks. By the time I was a captain, I was making almost $100,000 a year. And then there's the experience. There is nothing that you can do in the civilian world, I don't think, that is going to give you the same resume, the same amount of experience at a young age, free training, free experience, so much pressure. As a 24-year-old, I was the senior intelligence officer for a battalion of combat helicopters in combat. Like, the resume I could write was insane, and that's why I walked out into a six-figure job at Microsoft after I was done. Enlisted get paid less, but again, you can roll out of high school with no skills, and the military will train you in everything and bring you through a career, and then you can get out and you can go use those skills. And you know, a lot of it depends too. A lot of people that are joining not for patriotism, not for doing something, they're smart about it, right? Like, I specifically knew I was going to fight to be military intelligence because I knew that that job would serve me well on the outside. Infantry serves you a lot less well on the outside, right? If there was an equivalent to what you do in the military in the outside world, it can be so competitive. You'll get a higher salary when you're young in the military than your counterparts on the outside might be, and then you'll bounce out as a mid-level person and you can make decent money. Also, lots of people join for patriotism, right? This is like any other mission-based work, like teaching, like nursing, like nonprofits, right? Where it's like you're doing it for a lesser salary because you love your job, or at least you love the concept of what you do. I had a boss. He's Mike Madison in the book that I wrote. We don't really like him. But he said to me once, he said, you know, Daniella, like 40% of people join the military for patriotism. Like 50% of people join the Army to pay for college. And like 10% of people join the Army because they're wannabe murderers. And it's our job to find those people and get them out. Or send them into the special forces, which is really what the Army does. So yeah, just like any field, like people join the military for a bunch of different reasons, but the military is by far the best social elevator in our country. So I will definitely push back that it is not competitive salary-wise. It is very, very good for your resume and for your future job prospects to have spent some years in the United States military. I'm Daniella, scholar of cults, extreme groups, and extremely bad leadership. I wrote a book called Uncultured about growing up in the Children of God religious cult and going into the cult of the U.S. Army. You can get signed copies attached here. I also feel like the military is our modern version of neurospicy kids running away and joining the circus. Like when you don't fit in your little small town America, you can go off and join the Army and you'll fit just fine after they break you to make you fit.